And onwards we shall go. South to Verdant Canyon, a canyon-like formation in the dry, rocky southern region of the island. Its completely enclosed shape suggests it is artificial rather than glacial in origin.
You know, I always kind of resented Byron for being so charming and charismatic. The dashing explorer. And one of the first companions, too. Being the voice of caution is not a fun role to play. Always having to be the responsible one, the killjoy. The one who says, maybe that's too much. But sometimes it is too much.
It's not your fault, Al.
It may not be glamorous, but it's an important role. How is that just floating there? Yep, that is legitimately just floating.
In this area, we have an especially weird problem. Something in one of the labs is going completely bananas, and I can't shut it down because I'm not, well, you. Come find me when you're ready. What is it with the language libraries and bananas?
Not even gonna bother with the charade of it being on supports this time. Just completely floating. Bananas. Okay, we have a spark shrine over there. Pouring fire in that direction somehow, apparently. Well, there's one right down here. What new mechanic have you got for me this time? Mountaineer? More of the anti-gravity walls. And the ceiling. Grav shifter. What is this doing precisely? I see. I can only gravity beam off of walls, it looks like. Okay. Probably just gonna need to put you back up there again. That's the only good angle I have. Jump at the platform. That'll activate it.
If the language of creation is a kind of melody, maybe that's why we respond to music the way we do. Because we recognize something that can't be expressed in any other way. And when we play music, we participate in something ancient, in an act of creation.
Nice shallow water. What's going on way over there? South. Larger organisms from the northwestern plains are already moving into the rivers. I've seen frogs and dragonflies. The last generation of plants has really taken root, no pun intended, and is slowly transforming the desert, and yesterday a bunch of seagulls showed up. With some more work, we could apply this anywhere, including Mars or Mercury or somewhere much further away. We could transform a lifeless rock into a place teeming with life. We could make millions of dead worlds come alive. An Irrational Species from Enlightenment on the Precipice by V.A. Malik. Human beings are deeply and inherently irrational, the claim goes, and on some level it's hard to disagree. The most human behaviours are irrational and in a sense unnecessary. As animals, we don't need to write poetry, pray, or observe the stars, but to view human history as largely irrational is to get it backwards. The problem with human history, the pragmatic everyday realities of mere survival to the cold logic of global realpolitik, is that it is, in fact, ruthlessly rational. Far too little space for irrational things like kindness or inspiration. Those who imagine that a return to a more rural, traditional form of living would be a romantic turning away from the tyranny of reason forget there is no one more beautifully rational than the farmer. It is the city that allows us the romance of the countryside. It is technology that allows us to appreciate nature. The purpose of reason, ultimately, is to build frameworks from within which we can be irrational.
After we talked about science fiction, Alex gave me a book. Her favorite book, a novel called Athena. It's not exactly what I'm used to reading, but it's pretty good. And it really made me wonder how we're going to be perceived if this project works out. Are we going to be mythologized? Is Alexandra going to be this distant mythical figure instead of the real, funny, human person that she is?
Yes.
It's hard to imagine that we'll all have been dead for hundreds of years. Man, I'm scared. I'm really scared. I don't want to die.
That's one of you. Rabbit. Hop down from here. Just about. There's more question marks around here, though. Where's the laser receptacle? On that side. Yeah, that's gonna be bouncing around a lot, that laser. What is this? It's a triangle puzzle. Question block. You guess. I propose we probably want to do this. Or okay then, that. Goodbye cube. That's not quite what I meant to do. but I think it'll work. You get, door opened. And from here I go like that. Yep, like that.
I hate solving puzzles myself, but watching you solve them is kind of fun.
I sure hope so. What's going on around here? How do I get up there? Aha. I need you, I presume. Inverter? Huh. I presume I want to do something like that. I didn't expect an inverter. Well, see what happens with it. Connector, connector. Puzzle room. Number 2, in fact. Spiderweb. I need blue, and I need it there. Go there. It's just an excursion funnel, isn't it, really? Slightly lower down. Okay, connector. Jump down over the wall. That and that. But I need you back at the higher angle again. Whoa. Turned around, put upside down. Where am I? Completing the puzzle, that's where I am. Where's that thing? There. It's going to go on this surface then, I think. Does that hit? I think that hit. That hit. Problem is, you're not going to be the right colour. Yeah, now it's red. That's all well and good. I need green. How do I get green? Let's just explore around a little bit more. I'm not sure I can do anything much about that right now. I have no green. There's some more stuff. Chain of fans. This way. RGB converter. Here we go. Ooh, the thing that I need. Take you and you and go there. Good enough. I still have red aiming at it as well, but that is apparently good enough. Starget.
The honest philosopher is rewarded with poison. The hypocrite is rewarded with power.
After him. Or maybe not. Upward migration. I see there's a layer up there. Connector. Gravity manipulator. Simply need the red over there. probably this corner? And then, yeah. Okay, sure. You up there. Then over there. Then I need you still connected to that and connected to that. Over there. Pull you up. And across. Circuit complete.
I've known Byron since day one. I was the first to be born with upgrades from the original Soma design, and he was the first to volunteer to upgrade his existing body.
Yeah, he was a big supporter of upgrades. Deliberate evolution, he called it.
Athena and Cornelius were very kind to me. And so was Byron, but he also made fun of me. And oddly enough, that made me feel more like an equal than anything the others said.
Come on, out with it. What's the problem?
I know you're very busy, but you need to pay more attention to what's happening. Everything's slowing down. People are losing track of the bigger picture.
They're still traumatized by New Alexandria.
It's more than that. When I organized the last expedition, I had real trouble finding volunteers. There's no enthusiasm for the outside world anymore. They want to look away from history, pretend there's no past and no future. I'm really worried, Athena.
Okay. I promise I'll look into it as soon as I'm done with this.
That's a very interesting conversation. When exactly did that happen? Research. Gravity manipulation. We've seen multiple cases of anti-gravity on the island. The potential industrial applications of this technology are staggering. So many of the challenges we face when trying to build involve gravity, moving things, lifting things, keeping things steady. One could say that a significant part of human history has just been a long struggle with gravity. With anti-gravity, all of these processes would become simpler and safer. A victory for humankind, as Byron would undoubtedly say. Sorry to be a grump, but what's going on with our battery tech? I had my battery replaced just a couple of years ago, and it's already constantly in need of recharging. I can't spend half my life in sleep mode. Is this really what we're coming to? This is exactly what we're coming to. Battery ingredients are rare. We can't scavenge further without building outposts. Herman shut down the mine project. What did everyone expect? You should learn to live with less. Sleep mode is a great time to meditate and think about our place in the universe. Do you really need to be active all the time? Let's not start a panic about a minor technical issue. Mistakes happen, Stolio. Please talk to Pellegrino or Neath about getting a replacement, which I'm sure will work a lot better. Dialogue. Dialogue me.
What can I do for you?
Dialogue me. I just said that. What did the mayor say?
He blamed Byron for being headstrong and foolish, which... I don't see it quite the same way, but it's easy to understand why the mayor would think that. It wasn't hard to convince him that we can't leave Byron behind, though. You may not agree with Herman on a lot of issues, 1K, but he's not a bad person. He's doing his best in a difficult situation.
You think Byron is still alive?
I hope so. He's always been annoyingly hard to get rid of.
Do you believe it was wrong for our ancestors to create us?
Why do you ask?
Because of the risk we pose to the planet?
Just because I believe we don't need to expand and dominate everything doesn't mean I want us to go extinct. I know there are people who think that way, but if I care about other species going extinct, why wouldn't I care about this one? Seems irrational to me.
Tell me about Cornelius.
He was the third to be born, after Athena and Eustathius. He was an important figure in New Jerusalem's early history, almost as important as Athena. But after she vanished, he faded into the background. I don't think anyone suspected he knew where she was.
What was he like?
I didn't know him that well, but he was always very calm, very thoughtful. Everyone respected him.
Do you like a good text adventure game?
I do. Although I prefer the term interactive fiction. It's better at capturing what this art form really is. Storytelling, but with a completely different underlying structure. As a category, it's more equivalent to poetry or the novel, rather than, say, film.
Cool.
Anything else?
What do you think about Miranda's terraforming efforts?
It makes me wonder why people always think they know better than nature.
What was Eustathius like? People rarely talk about him.
He was in charge of planning New Alexandria. It was his mistake that led to the disaster. After that, he retired from public affairs and dedicated himself to his studies. Well, they've experienced a lot more hardship and tragedy than most of us. I think it's understandable that they choose to focus on their personal interests.
Do you ever think your beliefs are a response to what happened in New Alexandria?
You mean, am I unduly influenced by my experiences? Unable to imagine the better future Byron wanted because I'm too traumatized? Could be. But I'd like to think I'm a little more self-aware than that.
Yeah, everybody's strongly influenced by their own experiences. I'll get back to my puzzles now. Like this one, which appears to be mostly a war. Lateral thinking. Huh. Wonder what's out there. No, I can get this cube out of here extremely easily, thank you very much. You can also walk on a barrier. That doesn't happen every day. Okay, open up door. Now we're going to be able to target pretty much from anywhere. Although okay. Idea number one. Oops. I have fallen. Shocking nobody. Well, that doesn't work quite the way I wanted it to. Be my next step after that, anyway. not entirely certain what the plan is from here. I feel like I need another connector, really. But there sure isn't one. I don't need this cube here anymore, so I can take that. Question is, what would I even do with it? Fun, but ultimately useless. I can just go around the thing. It's a red herring. I don't need to engage with that at all.
Listening to Miranda talk about beauty made me think. Okay, this might be super weird and kind of pretentious, but I honestly mean it. What is beauty? Like, where does it exist? Is it just in our minds? Or is there some objective component, something quantifiable? I always thought it was just perception, but if I understand her correctly, Miranda sees beauty as a property of the universe itself.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Interesting. So the more humans there are, the more we spread across the world, the more beauty there is. But then, doesn't it follow that it's our duty as a species to grow? To make the universe more beautiful?
I suppose so.
That's a really powerful image. Beauty flowering in the universe as intelligence spreads. Thank you. I hope you're right.
I do too. Miranda said that the fundamental language of reality is a kind of music. Thoughts?
I think that's one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. I hope it's true.
What kind of music do you like, by the way?
Okay, this may sound like a robot joke, but I love heavy metal, especially the more melodic kind. It's big, it's epic, it's full of emotion. You can really get lost in it. Actually, I named Bruce after Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer of Iron Maiden. They used to call him the air raid siren, which is also what my Bruce sounds like.
Meow. Right. Where next? This way, I suppose? What even is 5? There's 8 over there. 5 is this away, apparently.
Today, for the first time, I synthesized life. It was just a unicellular cyanobacterium, but the sheer complexity of even such a simple organism is breathtaking. Creating it from pure energy, I was filled with a sense of awe and majesty. A sense that what I was doing was sacred. It made me think about the enormous power of life. 2.5 billion years ago, these simple beings terraformed the entire planet, creating the oxygen that underlies the Earth's incredible biodiversity, wiping out thousands of other species, but making the future possible.
Rather out the way. Terminal.
On my last return to New Jerusalem, I perused the latest artistic offerings and found myself deeply disappointed. There is nothing more despicable to me than an artist who pursues the appearance of morality. Moral art is trash, garbage, not even good enough to be used as wallpaper. If art is a religion, then morality is for those who want to be seen in church. True art is for those who believe. Art must be ecstatic, a work of revelation, created in pursuit of the truth, no matter where it leads. An artist must be an agent of chaos in times of order, and an agent of order in times of chaos.
Recycling? Featuring Cube. Any grav shifter? Connector. Where even is the blue laser? I don't recall seeing one, but there must be one somewhere. Not sure why I did that, it just seemed like the right thing to do. Blue laser is over there. There's no good angle from here. Therefore, need to go there, I think. And open. And now I just need one more thing. How does one get one more thing? I want the cube over here, I'm pretty sure. Right. That is something I can do. You, button. That opens. I now have cube. Cube goes on button. Puzzle is complete. Talos Principle, 1961. Digging through the archive, I was surprised to discover there was a movie based on the Talos Principle, an international co-production written by Robert Harrison Blake, a pseudonym for an unknown screenwriter, and directed by a young Sierra Leone. It stars Peter Ustinov as Stratton of Strageria, Zero Mostel as his comedic sidekick Nicomacheus, and Angel Aridana as the earnest Amintus. It's not a realistic biography of Stratton, but a kind of sword and sandal fantasy epic that culminates in Stratton building a replica of the mythological robot Talos to defeat the war-crazed Spartans. That part is fun and surprisingly well done for its tiny budget, but the movie also contains a number of fascinating dialogue scenes inspired by Stratton's work. Ustinov as Stratton has a line I really liked. There are always hard times in human history, Amutinus. Do you think we are the first to be besieged by enemies or to doubt the wisdom of our allies? But while yesterday is set in stone, a better tomorrow is always within our grasp. That's fascinating, thank you for sharing. How weird that this film is not better known. It's what Trevor said in that audio file 1K found. Great art isn't always appreciated in its own time. It's not like people particularly loved Stratton himself. But we can appreciate it now. Notes on the local biosphere. Environmental observations. This environment has been modified to allow life to spread. Most of the life forms can be found in other parts of the island as well, but some appear to be endemic to this region. It's possible they were genetically modified to be able to better survive here. There are some particularly gorgeous dragonflies that I cannot help but think were deliberately designed to be beautiful. But maybe I'm making the same mistake our ancestors made, seeing intent where there is none. Can't climb that. Let's just take the really obvious stairs instead. How it was before, from J.J. Nakalimbi's Aquaber to Antarctica, Moments of Transition and Revelation. My great-grandmother lived to be 108 years old, retaining her sharpness of mind till her last day. A couple of months before she died, I interviewed her for my podcast. At the end, I asked her the same question I asked every guest. What is something you wish everyone understood? She thought about it for a while, then she said how it was before. She tried to explain how she spent every single day on utterly mind-numbing activities, like hauling water from the well, and how radically everything changed when their area was finally connected to the electrical grid. Before, there was no time to live, she said, no time to be free, only work, work, work. I countered by saying there didn't seem to be much time to live now either, but she laughed derisively. I had no idea what work really meant, she said. Young people were weak and feckless, and that's why we let corporations exploit us. Slightly unnerved by her harshness, I asked her if she missed anything about that time. Old photos of our village seemed idyllic to me, but my grandmother quashed any romantic notions I might have had. The past is bad, she said with some finality. Let it be. So many thousands of generations of suffering. Even a single life full of tragedy seems outrageous and unacceptable to me. That's why we have to make it have meaning. Return to Monkey, from the Book of Annotated Internet Comments, by Estathius. I think people are dumb, like relentlessly stupid, absolute morons. Human history is a clown show from beginning to end. The average person? Just a slobbering buffoon, bumbling through life like a drunk gorilla in a china shop, breaking stuff left and right, throwing stuff at the walls and never understanding a single thing that happens. I mean, just look at this software putting asterisks where swear words would be. People are afraid of words like they have magic powers. But the real world that is ruining their lives, that's fine, because they're too dumb to do something about it. Return to Monkey? Brother, we never left. A curious inversion. The return to the mythological state of Monkey is usually portrayed as a material return to earlier stages of development, but here the author instead portrays it as a mental state that has never been surmounted. I would like to meet Uncle Eustathius one day. He sounds like someone who is always curious about everything. From Hypadia's Journals. Day 421. First new human arrived today. Calls himself Arkady, after Chernosovsky. Spirits are still dampened by the loss of Yemo, but everyone is making an effort. I feel a little sorry for him. He's still so curious, jumping at shadows and staring up at the sky at night, just like I used to do. And here we are, a bunch of grouchy old humans that have seen it all, and are weary and tired and sad. I wonder what he makes of it all. But, be that as it may, we're making good progress on the new living area, though Arkady will have to use Yemo's Ardor quarters for the next week. Or a few weeks. Or other period of time. Other side. Hello from the other side. Well, I can't see much from through here. I can do that. Pass you through, perhaps. Okay. Whoa. Can I? Whoop! Yes, I can. Figured I must be able to, because there wasn't really much else I could do. Gravity beam through hole. I'll come back to you in a moment. I have a triangle to solve. Stow away. There's red, and there's an extremely narrow angle on it. Okay, so I need to go there so this can go up. Then I want to beam you across. It's also the fastest way for me to get across. Gives me a cube. Now I think I just need to do pretty much the same thing. No. What do I do with the cube then? I feel like I need that. can't do that without the box being in the way. Oops. You not gravity well yourself. No, you're immune. I don't think there's any way I'm getting that over there then, unless I can just... just... What does that do for me, really? Not a whole lot of additional benefit. Fan. I need the fan up there. That's what I need. Because the fan is flat. With me, fan. There we go. And we are off. Wrong direction, buddy. Splish, splish, splash. Up. On with you. do you think you're going? There appears to be a bridge in the way. Hold on. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Oh, really? All the way back up there? Right, where do you go now? Right there. Sure did loop around a bunch. But Stargate.
You must yearn for a better world. Yearn for it with such intensity that your heart suffers. Keep your eyes on that distant vision even when you know that you may never reach it.
Seven. Delivery. Okay. Some options from in there. A cube. A set of walls I could use. There's a cube up there. Fan. And the goal is to get red over here. Give me that first of all. Down from there. Okay, lots of things to play with. I'm gonna assume I need my fan back. Yeah, I want the box for now. Box goes there. Next goes on top of box. Lift that up. Now from here, I use you to move that entire structure. that doesn't work. And that doesn't work. Okay. Fine. Bring it over this way then. Now it works.
I can't even get my brain to think like that.
I can. Where's the lab? Back over here. Hello. How's it going?
There you are. Good.
Here I am. What's happening?
Inside this lab, there's a machine. As usual, I have no idea what it is. Some sort of generator, if I had to guess. When Byron got stuck in the system, it went haywire. It's currently outputting enough energy to power all of New Jerusalem twice. As you can imagine, that's causing quite a bit of interference.
That's a lot of power. What do you want me to do about it?
You go in there and you switch it off. Shouldn't be hard.
Sure. Shouldn't be hard. Shouldn't be harder, they say. Should be perfectly straightforward. With enough power to power all of New Jerusalem twice over. Should be perfectly easy to switch off. That's a lot of errors. Cannot initiate automatic shutdown. Connection lost. Cannot load profile settings. Cannot access energy flow manager. Warning! Output max parameter exceeds safety protocol 2C settings. Error, cannot adjust output max to correct setting. Access denied. Error, automatic shutdown has been disabled by user blah blah blah. Identify user. Unknown user. Initiate emergency shutdown. Initiating. Access denied. Unknown stripped ATHN detected. Load. Well, I haven't got much of a choice here, so yeah, poke random buttons and see what happens. Oh good, it's a text adventure. Just what we need right now. Written, designed and programmed by Alex16. Protein Game Jam 5th edition, Adapt or Die. Based on the Nov. Anthropogeny, a text adventure. You wake up in an impossible place, knowing nothing. Look around. You seem to be in a labyrinth of ancient crumbling walls. Beneath you is an altar of some kind, as if you were a sacrifice. The sky above you is a perfect cobalt blue, and you are startled by its beauty. You find that though you are shaped like a human being, and feel that your soul belongs to that storied people, you are made of bronze. You're a beautiful machine, crafted with love and care, and imbued with the power to choose. A cold wind blows through the ruins, and you know without knowing how it is the wind from the kingdom of Artemis. It is the wind that brings with it whispers of mountains glimpsed across the stormy sea, and deep forests wreathed in fog, and the long-forgotten cities of your ancestors. You set out into the ruins, apprehensive but curious. There is a strange kind of beauty here, the beauty of decay. You must be careful not to imbibe too much of it. Suddenly an echoing voice speaks to you. Emergency shutdown settings, access denied, it intones. Error 1C1155358. Towards them. Leaving the lost children of Hephaestus behind you step out onto a vast plain under a setting sun. Night is falling now, and you can see the lights of distant fires on the slopes of Olympus. But you are not ready to ascend. Only once you found all 3 sigils would the path to the divine flame be open. A path leads to the south, to the buried city. Another leads north, to the garden of the Hesperides. The buried city lies to the south. It was once a place of great wisdom. The philosophers of old strolled on its walkways, debating the nature of virtue and the soul. Now the sands of the desert have claimed the streets, and even its famed temple upon a hill is slowly eroding. As you walk through the lost avenues of the buried city looking for a sigil, you came across a strange sight. A procession of ghostly figures, echoes of a forgotten past or unimaginable future, trapped in a moment of celebration. They are smiling, happy, at peace with the world. How do they make you feel? You decide this must be memories of the past, of the people who built the city and caused its ruin. They can no longer harm anyone. Walking among the ghosts, you come across a figment bearing the sigil of the owl. You reach down and take it, and as you do, your journey is interrupted by a frightful burned figure standing alone in the sands of the desert. Access denied, it screams. Error 1C155358. Warning, output parameter exceeds, blah 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 blah. The nymphs lead you to a place where the crowns of the brass trees seem to grow together, forming a chamber strangely reminiscent of a chapel. In the middle of this chamber grows a smaller tree, made of bright blue steel, and upon this tree glows a single golden apple. This apple, they say in unison, their eyes aglow, confers the gift of deathlessness and true wisdom. Many heroes and not a few villains have come to claim it, all but all faltered in this final step. For you must know that deathlessness reveals the morality of the world and true wisdom its unending folly. Who would take this burden upon themselves? Why do all these text adventures want me to punch things? 5358? Good to know. Speak wisely of yourself when you are right, the nymphs say, but do not forget that you are human and others must bear this burden with you. Journey to Olympus. Suddenly the voice of the Sphinx, her golden wings, her shadow cast. Oh, you must not do this, Pandora commands you. I have stopped you for a reason. If you complete your quest and ascend Olympus, everything will burn. Pandora hesitates, then she sighs. You speak the truth, creature of clay. Even I cannot use the flame wisely. Access granted, terminating script. Initiating emergency shutdown. Done.
The flame is not yours to wield, creature of clay. Touch it, and you will burn.
You know, dealing with this hyper-advanced technology is quite challenging enough without the place also being bloody haunted.
You figure out anything else?
When I said it was outputting enough energy for 2 New Jerusalems, I wasn't kidding. It really was. And no emissions of any kind. I'd have to run more tests, but it seems like a perfect power source.
Perfectly dangerous. But it was going, in your words, bananas.
True, but that was user error.
There will always be user error.
I think I could idiot-proof this thing, but I do take your point. Pellegrino once almost killed himself with a bucket.
As soon as you think you've made something idiot-proof, the universe creates a bigger idiot. A better idiot. A more idiotic idiot. Something like that is the saying. Puzzle 8. Step and release. Okay, I need 2 somethings. And looks like basically all I need is a box. Well, give me that first of all. Where do I get the second whatever from? Like that, probably. Give me that jammer. Jam that. Now I need that back again. How do I do that? Definitely need the jammer. I feel like I definitely need you. Let's ditch that up there. Now I don't need you. It floats. There we go, there's some red. You back. Don't need you anymore, so I can sacrifice you up here. Get me my fan back. And now swap you back to you. I guess to be cool about it, I can laser from the wall. That should pretty much be that. You know what time it is? It's bridge o'clock. those are gonna work. Putting that down is impossible. It has to start like that. It's the only option. There we go. Further that way, there's a tree in the way. There it goes. Doesn't just take me directly to where I need to be this time. Have a little walk around up here. Very good of you. Outside of this immediate area, it is just a big old desert out there.
The philosopher Straton of Stagira had little respect for the gods, and instead placed his faith in Prometheus. Driven by hubris, he asked questions that must not be asked, and revealed secrets that should have remained hidden. It is said that for these offenses, he was put to death by the people of his city. Can you see the folly of his actions? Why do you believe that the truth is worth more than a life? You see this, and yet entire empires have been built on dreams, lies, and illusions. They are ashes and dust. But do you truly believe that a world built on truth would fare differently?
Yep.
Then you are more innocent than I expected. But innocence will not protect you from the flame. I admire your faith, but you will burn, as she did.
Ooh. How very ominous of you.
Well, that was surprisingly calm, given how aggressive Pandora has been elsewhere. I didn't think she'd even want to talk to you.
I've toyed with the idea that the entities might be epiphenomenal in some way. Instead of causing the changes in the system, maybe they just respond to them.